I'm gonna share with you why I don't like the stock market. I had a very unique experience at a very young age to have an inside look of the financial industry and people's behavior around money, especially when it comes to investing. When I was 18 years old, I was hired at E-Trade Securities. If you don't know what E-Trade Securities is, it's an online self-directed brokerage firm. So people could go online, place their own trades. And at the time, this was in 1998. I was 18 years old. This was like the height of, well, kind of towards the end of the dot-com bubble. So if you don't know what that is, the internet was like new in the 90s for general public use. So there was an explosion of people using the internet and internet businesses, technology businesses, and people were going crazy over this. They were investing in all these tech companies were popping up, and E-Trade was really like helped to grow the online investment ability. Like for people to go online and make a trade, invest in the stock market, it didn't exist. People had to call a stockbroker before, they had to place their trade, they would get advice, and now people could go online, open an account, and trade on the stock market, knowing nothing. And this company was growing so fast, they could not hire fast enough. Like literally, if you had a pulse, if you were breathing air, you could get hired, okay? So we were not qualified, we knew nothing about the stock market. I got in there the first day, a bunch of us were hired as temp employees. Okay, we get a tour of the building. At the time, it was 1 2-story building. We get a tour of the building, someone takes us to a cubicle, they do 2 example phone calls, and they put us on the phones. We knew nothing. All we knew how to do was look up an account and tell somebody if their account was open. There were so many people rushing to open accounts, and they were waiting on hold for hours just to get a hold of somebody to know if their account was even open. Then they would get one of us idiots on the phone who knew nothing. We just knew how to look up, yes, your account's open, no, it's not open. Then they'd have a question. We didn't know anything. So we had to put them on hold after waiting for hours. We had to go upstairs, wait in line for a supervisor, ask our question, come back downstairs, give them their answer. Then they'd have another question. We'd have to put them on hold. It was insane. It was like the wild, wild west. It was so crazy. Nobody knew anything, and everybody was investing. And there were some pretty crazy and fun experiences there. When the company did 100,000 trades in one day, we all got $100 cash. When the company did 200,000 trades in one day, we all got $200 cash. They would have keg parties. Like we had this courtyard with this grassy area, and they would have lunch, they would have beer, they would have music. Like it was insane, okay? And I was there for 2 years, 1998 to 2000. So during the millennium, we were not 24 hours. We were not open 24 hours. I worked there at 5 a.m. in the morning. I was not a morning person. I would drink like 5 cups of coffee and I would still be falling asleep, trying to answer the phone, answer these people's questions about their accounts. It was insane. And then the millennium was coming. 2000. Nobody knew what was gonna happen. Everyone thought like the computers were gonna shut down. They thought the computers couldn't switch from 1999 to 2000. They didn't know if the data was gonna get erased. They didn't know if the world was gonna end. And so the company went to 24 hours. They were working nonstop around the clock to make sure that everybody's accounts were secure and the computers didn't crash and the data wasn't lost. And during that time, we partied like it was 1999, let me tell you. The CEO at the time, Christoph Christofferson, I think his name was. He had 2 millennium parties. In San Francisco, I was living in California at the time. He had a party in San Francisco and a party here in Alpharetta, Georgia, which is actually where we are right now. I had no idea where Alpharetta, Georgia was, but that's where the home office is. So he had these 2 parties. In San Francisco, RuPaul hosted the party. Kool and the Gang performed, and they had club kids as entertainment. If you don't know what a club kid is, this is from like rave times. People were like in drag, on stilts, with crazy wigs and it was insane. And he gave away 15 Harley Davidsons. Okay, so this is like what was going on in the time. This was very exciting until the millennium hit. The world didn't end, the computers didn't crash, but what did crash was the stock market. The dot-com boom came to an end because all these companies, there were so many companies popping up and people investing in them, they had no idea how to evaluate a company or an investment. And a lot of these companies went out of business, and a lot of people lost their shit, like everything they had. And me at, well, I guess 19 years old at this time, had grown men calling on the phone, crying, screaming, yelling. They lost their life savings. They wanted to undo their trades. Like, I was having to deal with this and have people crying and yelling who lost everything that they saved their whole life. And this was awful. It was an awful experience. And I realized how risky the stock market can be and how risky people who have no idea what they're doing are getting into these investments and losing everything. And at that time, at that age, I didn't want anything to do with it. I wanted to get the hell out of there. And I did. I went and I became a personal trainer, and I loved being a personal trainer. I loved working out. I loved people helping improve their condition, improve their life, their health, their fitness. But what I didn't like was sales. I did not know how to do sales. I was not confident in selling. And I didn't like that part. I just wanted to do the training and help people. And so then I tried some different things. I got into real estate. I moved to Las Vegas. I worked in the nightlife industry. And eventually, it was when I became a mom that I actually ended up coming back to the financial industry, because what was important to me was learning how money actually works and how to make it work for me, and how to create a strong financial, stable environment in life, and to eliminate the risk. So I really started learning and searching for the right information. And that's what led me to the financial industry and the business that I run with my husband now. That's our whole goal, is helping people to build a strong financial house so that your finances are unbreakable, unshakable, so you can handle anything that happens, anything that comes your way, a pandemic, a stock market crash, a recession, anything, because you've eliminated the risk and you've strengthened your financial foundation. And so that's something that I am super passionate about. I strive to create that in my life, in my business, our team, and our clients. And if that's something that's important to you, that you would like to learn more about, that's something I can help you with. So reach out, comment, click the links, let me know how I can help. Thank you for watching.